Tuesday with Nicole show.
How are you,
We
sir?
have so much exciting stuff going on.
hmm We really do. We've got it's been a lot. We are currently not only have we put in, but we've also been nominated by other people, which is really great. I won't know who until later on, but we've been renominated for our GHP award because I did get an email that somebody else had put in for that, like for us as a company. So that's amazing. So thank you, whoever did that. We've got that. Me and Mark are trying to find different ways of doing TikTok shops. So I think we're going to actually purchase things that are non-CBD based, but it leads you back to the CBD websites. We have new people picking up our brands to hold inside their shops. So that's also amazing. I've got tons more things I get to ship out after our show today. So I get to go to the post office and get that off for everybody for Christmas presents for their loved ones. So it's been busy. It's been really good and super positive.
Absolutely.
Always
And
miss my
that
part.
is the theme for us at the CBD Labs and
Mm-hmm.
Marketing Hope and all the different entities that we represent. But
Absolutely.
one of the things that I want to talk about today is the cooperative nature of what we do. And
Right.
as we grow, part of our mission is to help small businesses, especially our distributors of our products and our partner products. Like Nicole works with a bunch of salons that
Yes.
are doing a lot of luxury brand uh, CBD stuff, but they're also growing into our new
Mm-hmm.
product line of the human tincture and the pain cream. And
Mm-hmm.
our clients are really interested in the CBN.
Yes, yes. The CBN to help sleeping, the CBG to help just calm anxiety, especially this time of year for the holidays. That gets a little intense sometimes. So yeah, it's really, really good right now.
And there is a content creation thing that's going on that we do within the CBD labs that is all about spreading the messages. And the biggest thing in marketing right now
hmm
is edutainment. And
Yes.
people want to learn, but they want to be entertained
Yes.
while they're learning. And
And they need it in a very short time frame. It can't
yeah,
be elongated. It's got to be quick.
that's
Mhm.
exactly right. So when you see the little commercials that Nicole and I are doing that are really quick,
Right.
then that leads to a 3 minute, like a 30-second video to a 3 minute
hmm
video to a longer video that's on a landing page of a website. And we
Yep.
have all the people in place that
Mhm.
can do all the things along the way, depending on what it is that you guys need as clients.
Right.
Because, like, Sammy does the overlay and the video editing,
hmm
and Kim does the websites and the landing pages. I do a lot of consulting with strategy and marketing. But
hmm
one of the things that I'm working on with clients right now is getting your message and your content together on
Right.
a Facebook page.
hmm
And what that means is you can put in your different pages before you have to buy a website and spend all the money. Get organized on your web on your page on Facebook. Put all of
Right.
your relevant information, build that page audience, and
Mhm.
then what we do is we do a cooperative like Colorado Internet Chamber of Commerce, um,
Mhm.
Oklahoma Internet Chamber of Commerce, wherever we're at. What we need to do is we need to help each other as businesses. And Nicole is the queen of this. If you ever get to be
I know.
friends with Nicole on social media, every time you do something, you are going to get support from her.
Oh,
A
absolutely.
like, a share, whatever it is. And what
We'll
we
do
need
it
to
for her.
do is have everybody join the
Mhm.
Discord and
Yeah.
if you're in the Marketing Hope Discord, that means everybody that's in that Discord with you is going to be sharing and promoting and liking your content, because
Right.
the more people that like and share the content, the more customers you're going to be able to see. And then we start expanding out to TikTok and LinkedIn and
Right.
Instagram and whatever it is, wherever your customers are. It's about getting,
Whatnot.
what's that?
I said
Whatnot.
whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Snapchat, whatever
Yeah.
it is. Whatever you think you're going to laugh at
Mhm.
people doing, because 2 years ago, they all laughed at me when I said TikTok is important to your business. And they
They
said,
did, because
oh,
that was
oh,
my old partner who did that and stuff. So
old
Mark
man.
is 1,000,000% right about that. He knows his stuff, guys, genuinely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they used to laugh
Mm-hmm.
at me and say, "Oh, that's not right. You don't know what you're doing. That's only for kids." And
Yeah, I
now,
was gonna say you're too old. Yeah.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
where it's at. Look at TikTok Shop. That's what people don't understand. TikTok Shop, they're actually really trying to take over and do a lot of the same things that Amazon does. Amazon is actually not a huge fan, and they are one of the biggest right next to Facebook. So any of the metaverse, they are some of the biggest people lobbying to shut down TikTok. And part of it is because TikTok Shop has exploded so immensely, so immensely. And it's only been up for like 6 months, like barely over 6 months. And that's why it seems there's so many ads, there's all these different things. It's absolutely booming because it works. And like Mark truly knows where this stuff's going. So if anybody really really needs to know about this stuff, absolutely listen to this man, watch his videos. He knows what he's talking about. He's going to help make it lucrative for you.
yes.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
we are helping the regular person in a
Yeah.
hair salon or
Mhm.
a mortgage company or a real
Right.
estate agent or whoever it is make relevant content. And
Mhm.
then we drop it into each one of those areas. It's not whether we concentrate on one or the other. We do one content piece a month, and then we
Mhm.
drop that into all of the social media and then support it as a group.
Right. Yes. Right.
And so the hairdressers that are selling our product, they're getting supported by us.
Yeah.
And that's where the synergy and Synergy CBD Labs comes from, because we could be Synergy Roofing Labs. We could be
Right.
Synergy, babysitting labs, whatever it happens to be. We're all helping each other.
Mhm.
And if you want free lessons on how to market your business and how to utilize some of these tools, and you're just lost and you don't feel like, oh, I just don't know how to do this, I do classes for free. Half of my time is donated to free wealth building and free business building at this point in my life. So
Mhm.
if you want to know how to make a Facebook page, or how do we learn how to use the artificial intelligence to promote our
Right.
business, and
Mhm.
how do we support each other,
Right.
and that's the big thing, because it's big tech against
Yes.
everyone else, and
Mhm.
we're everyone else. So if
Right.
we all band together and share our businesses, then we
Mhm.
don't have to pay big tech to share the message.
Well, that, and also I feel like they're the ones who are controlling the cost of inflation. They're the ones that are controlling, I mean, really, just tons of different things. And if we could take that away from big tech and give it back to the day to day person and do it, we're not helping out and putting money back into like multi-billionaires' pockets. We're helping out the day to day person with what they truly need. And it is a lot more fulfilling in life.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. But our power is working together and
Mhm.
supporting each other. That's what we have.
Right.
And the internet is free.
Yeah.
But right now, we're not getting the free advantage of it because they're showing it to whoever they feel like deserves to see our message unless we pay them.
Right. Right. Exactly. It's the censorship.
So we're more about the grassroots guerrilla marketing
Right.
and homegrown type marketing stuff. That's how we built our business. That's how we continue to grow our business. And as long as Nicole and I are doing that for this business, we will share it with all you guys and
Right.
get you cheap access to the content creation. And I made a page just to show everybody how to do that. And I put it on the Hope Publishing page. And anybody that wants to, I'll put a link to this.
Oh, look at
In the
that.
comments.
I love that.
And this is the Hope Publishing page. And it talks about how you can share your content that you make step by step. And I did a video on how to use your content. There's a teaching, preserving some of the old memories of your family members. We do some content creation. So look on there, and I'll put an ad in there. So if you want to do it yourself, you can watch what we're doing, learn how to do it. And if you want us to do it for you, our people will go in and do it for you at a reasonable price.
What is it called? Your page on that? It's Hope
Publishing.
Hope Publishing.
I'll put a link in the comments.
Okay.
And again, desperately looking for an intern to be the producer on this show because I'm doing it and I'm not so great at it.
He's doing awesome. He is doing beyond awesome. I'm trying to see. I think that there's a couple of them for Hope Publishing. So I'm trying to see. I was going to follow you right here. I think there's a couple of them.
I will put it in the show notes for sure.
Yeah, because I want to follow.
I'm doing hopepublishing.com.
Okay.
I took that down. We were a book publisher for a while. And so I want to be a content creator. So I took that website down. And now I'm creating the website for Hope Publishing on pages on Facebook. And then I'll make them groups. And this whole thing will get transferred to a website as it matches the page. And then it'll have its LinkedIn and all this other stuff. So I'm going to build the Hope Publishing from the bottom up to show people how they can do their own hairstylist branding, what we've done with the CBD labs, whatever else we, come up with that is in synergy with the CBD labs, the jewelry company, or any of that, makeup or whatever it happens to be. We'll show them how we build it out and then scale it. Because just putting a bunch of money into something is not the optimal way to try and do something.
And actually building, like you're helping to show people how to build it from the ground up, where things that they might have not have thought of or forgot. Like it's great to have something like your stuff there to help keep them focused. And it's almost like a checklist.
Nicole, we don't tell people how to do it. We show them how to do it.
Show them. You just show them.
You tell them how to do it. You show them how to do it. Have them do it with you. And that's how we grow and we gain confidence. I mean, you and I were in the green room right before the show, and we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Having confidence. And sometimes it's hard. I was doing the Old Souls podcast with Dr. Joe, and she was a doctor that's come out with this new device for people that have problems like MS and different things, that it has to teach them how to move again.
Right.
But, she was talking about the imposter syndrome, and it's so prevalent in everybody, but nobody realizes that it's that way for everybody. We all think we're not good enough.
Right.
We all think we're an imposter. We all think, oh, we shouldn't be here. We all think that. But we don't realize everyone else thinks that,
Well, and that you really do, like, everybody feels the same way, but like even if you feel like it's like the imposter's like syndrome, as long as you're doing something to move forward with inside your thing, I really feel like, yeah, it's all mentally, like what you had said and stuff, is that everybody feels that way and stuff. So as long as you're taking those steps, you're not really being an imposter.
Well, you aren't. You just think
Yeah, you're just hard on yourself.
You just think
Yeah.
you are, and your mind is like, oh, and I'm sure that there's people, that are so fabulously famous and skilled and successful that have this thing. They don't want people to find out that maybe they're not as confident as they should be. Like Elton John, everyone thinks, oh, this is the king of the universe or whatever. Why would he not be? And he's like, geez, I feel like a little fat today, or maybe people are making fun of me or whatever. And, it's like, what are you, crazy? You're Elton John, but he doesn't think that, So if you've been involved in a toxic personal or business relationship, you are fighting against that, but it still gets to you, So when you make a partnership, you need to look at your new partner and say, hey, I believe in you, and let's do this together, and let's make some mistakes together.
Right. Well, do that and just don't give up. Keep working, keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
Like, do what you need to do. Yeah. Don't give up.
No, don't ever give up.
Yeah. Don't ever give up. Like, just don't. There's setbacks, but everybody has setbacks. Like, don't think that it's just a hill. Just a hill. Get over the hill. You'll be fine again.
And I deal with a lot of folks that are trying to do their marketing for their businesses. And as soon as they're not viral, they want to give up. Because if I'm not getting 100,000 views on my Instagram or whatever it is, then I'm not successful. And I tell them, look, you're not looking to be famous on Instagram. You're looking at getting that message out about your business. And if you're providing content that is answering a problem with a solution, the right people will see it eventually. You need to be creating it for you. And, how many times have you talked to people about the different strains of cannabinoids and what they do? And
an insane amount of times, and just all the different stuff and how it even gets there in the first place, and like how it grows that way and stuff. Like, oh, so often do I do that. This morning during my meeting. Just this morning.
Well, and that's why the show's late today.
Yes.
Because Nicole was out on site at one of these spas, and everyone was
so many questions.
Interested.
Yeah. And I love all the questions because it's great. Like, I am a huge believer that no question is stupid, that it's stupid if you don't ask a question. Everybody who's been the most brilliant minds before our time, of our time, everything else, they asked questions, they did stuff. So I never think any of that's stupid, but that's exactly what you want. You want to sit there and be confident in your stuff. And the only way to educate yourself and know it is if you ask those questions. And I never mind answering them for anybody. So yes, we were a little late, but it was because I was doing what I love and educating somebody on an amazing product that's truly going to not only help them, but help their clientele. And that is amazing.
And life is about getting in there and doing things and making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. And if somebody could ask you a question and not have to make the mistake that we made, then we save some skin on their knees, you know, from the
And
mistakes we made.
right. And that's where it also shows that us as a company, even if we don't know you, we don't know what you're doing, anything else, you just following us, watching our stuff, doing anything else, then we helped you to help yourself. And that is what we're here to do. Whether we're working together, whether we're not, we just really want people to learn to be kind to themselves, but also sit there and know that it's a process and do something every day for it. But like, you're going to be great and fine. Like, just ask somebody for a little bit of advice, or watch us for a little bit.
And be positive.
Yes, be positive.
If you reject the toxicity and the negativity, it draws in positivity. And if people are positive and willing to help other people, then good, super good things happen. Every day to me, every single day to me. And like, it's like, in the real estate side of what I do, the real estate investment side of what I do, I'm constantly trying new things. And then I'm leaving behind things that are not good. And for instance, of this discussion, I don't borrow money to do any real estate transactions.
Right.
Cash only.
Yep.
And people say, well, how are you cash only? Because a house is $800,000. How are you cash only? You know, and my answer to that question is, you need to go where the houses are not that expensive. Last week, I bought a house, and I'll put this in the stream, but I bought a house for $20,000. 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house.
Okay.
On half an acre.
Wow.
For $20,000.
You said 20?
$20,000. It's going to need about $20,000 in rehab to get it rentable.
Nothing.
Right? And
oh my God,
we've already got it rented out to a couple in rural Oklahoma that need a house for $600 a month.
Okay.
So the investors are going to make $600 a month on their investment, and we're going to own the house free and clear. And this particular house, there's 3 investors. One baby investor that's just learning, one of my other capital partners in Denver, and then me. And I'm always in the deal to make sure that it doesn't go down.
Right.
But I'll show the pictures of the stuff, and it's just a matter of knowing what you could do. Like, for instance, Nicole, you're in Denver.
Yes.
And, you know, we want to encourage all of our people to get into real estate investments as part of their wealth plan for financial independence and retiring early. So you need to be investing in the stock market. You need to be starting your own little side gig business, you know, whatever that is.
Absolutely. 100%.
And if they want to sell some CBD products, they can earn 15% on whatever they sell. Yes, and then you want to have something that makes you money while you sleep. And that, you know, is a rental house or something like that. Right. And they can't do that anymore.
Do you see you still got crypto, a little bit in crypto?
Some. Very, very skeptical on crypto.
Yes, I have some, but they're like the bigger ones, like ETH, Bitcoin, the bigger ones, not the smaller altcoins. But
I know how the crypto works, and there's great uses for it. They just haven't gotten the trading thing down.
No, you know, I agree.
People are not taking care of other people, you know. But if you're trading in little bitty bites in crypto, I think part of that benefit is that you're learning how to trade.
Right, exactly.
And as long as you're not trading on margin or something that gets you in trouble, you're learning how to trade. And if you can trade some crypto, you can trade some stock market, you know, and then you're learning.
Right.
And I am a big advocate of learning.
Oh, absolutely. Because That's how you is learn. Don't stop. That's what I teach my kids all the time. You don't stop after high school or after college. Like you're always expanding and growing. And that's how you're going to grow as a human, is to continually teach yourself.
Absolutely. And do
Right.
not feel like something's too big for you,
No, not at all. No.
because you can get in and play
Yeah, absolutely.
and deposit $25 into an account, pick out 5 stocks, buy
And see where it goes.
$5 each, and then
Yeah.
watch what's going on, and you're learning.
Yeah. No, that's,
And
I
you
did
have
it
your
a few
reasons for
years
doing whatever
ago.
you want to do,
Mhm.
but you're
Well,
learning.
did do it a few years ago where it was more than that. It was about $5,000 that I had dropped into it and picked like these different ones. And it did drop. We were in a bear market for like the longest time. I was like, but I was told in the very beginning, and tell me your thoughts on it, that when you go into it, you need to have the mindset that it's going to stay in there for a minimum of 5 years, a
Yes.
minimum.
Yeah.
And then after that, you go. It has been about 2.5 years, and now it's definitely rising. It's been a good past, right? Knock on wood. But that's what I told myself, was that this is about $5,000 that I could have none of it after 5 years. I could have a little bit of it, like the exact amount, some more, anything, but I was going to give it 5 years. And yeah, it's nice seeing it go back up or whatever a little bit.
Well,
But
do you have it in a retirement account?
no. This was just my cryptocurrency. It was what I
Oh,
deposited
gotcha.
strictly into crypto, because I wanted to see how it was going to go. And I wanted to give it a fair time. So like where you said $25, I gave myself like, here's $5,000. I'm going to put 5,000 just to see and do different things. And I have learned through it trading. I took different ones out from the smaller altcoins and stuff and like put them into, back into like some of like the bigger ones and stuff. Because I saw that those ones were doing well, of course, reading up on things. But since we are currently on this subject, because I'm all about expanding the portfolio, we've got CBD, I've got, like owning my own business. I'm clearly in cryptocurrency and stuff. I'm actually starting to get into art. I want a big piece of art, because art is one thing that I learned. It's the one thing that is actually not taxed on, and it appreciates in value, just like how like lands would or anything else. You do have to insure it and everything else, but that's another really great thing to have inside your portfolio that's non-taxable, is artwork. But going back to the stock market, I have certain things that I'm on, like of course, like Robinhood, different things, thrown some money over the years or whatever into different stocks. But one of the apps I've been kind of looking at, I've heard a lot about, it is one called Autopilot, and it actually follows a lot of big name players, like a bunch of people within our Congress, just really big people like that, or more within it. And it shows what they're buying or what they're dropping or anything else, because they're the ones helping to know the rules and regulations, because they're sitting on all the boards. And it's a way of them, unfortunately, becoming lobbyists and like kind of controlling certain things. And it's awful. But I feel like we as people need to join them in their game. And then, maybe there'll be a little bit more regulation on it. But I learned that this app called Autopilot, it follows all those people and it shows what they're picking up and what they've dropped. Have you heard of it? And if so, do you use it? What are your thoughts?
I don't.
You don't. Okay.
I haven't, and I don't, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right. Because I know that there's a bunch of different apps. That's why, and see, once again, what we said earlier in the show, I asked a question, doesn't make it a stupid question, because I wouldn't know if I didn't ask.
Well,
But yeah, it's called Autopilot. And I actually saw it when I was doing a bunch of my research for our future sales and what we're planning on doing, because they can't have CBD. It's super regulated and strict with the CBD on there. So we are actually adding other stuff to our lines that is non-CBD. It is related to that, like to our foundation and stuff, they will be sold on our page, but it will take you to our page to purchase that where you see all of our other stuff. So that's actually how we're trying to get around it right now. But yeah, that was it's kind of one of those. When I was doing my research for it was when I saw that a couple times popping up, and I was like, I kind of wonder what your thoughts were on that.
Well, there's AI trading bots right now that are
Okay.
doing actual, trading with the AI and the bot trades. My only thing is that, as when I teach my wealth building courses, in the universities and the schools and the high schools, I'm telling people to have little buckets of investments, and
Yeah.
so that you've got one of everything. And one of the buckets is start a non-taxed IRA account early and
Okay.
trade in the stock market there.
So real quick, to not only inform me, but any of the other viewers that don't know, what do you mean a non-taxed IRA account?
Well, an IRA is
Mhm.
a stock individual retirement account that
Right,
you can
right.
invest in the stock market.
Okay.
And Steve,
How can?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm on the Nicole show.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, okay. I won't bother you then. I just got off the phone with Caleb. I was just gonna fill you in on a few things. But, just give me a call later.
Is it good news or bad news?
Oh, well, they're doing the inspection right now. Apparently, they didn't have the water or electricity running in that house, so he couldn't really test those things. But he was going through some other things that we need to do. But it's nothing surprising.
All right.
It's fine. I was just gonna. I'll let you get back to it.
We'll jump on the show and we'll interview you. All right. See ya.
All right.
And there's a perfect example for Mark. Tiny little mound, a little hill, you get up over the hill.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But
Yeah.
so you need to put that money in because you're going to pay taxes on it anyway.
Right.
So whatever money you put away that you don't have to pay taxes on, then that saves you that money from paying taxes on it, and it grows tax-free until you take it out when you're a little old lady.
Ah.
And that gives you, in my opinion, enough exposure to the stock market that we can move on to other investments. So rather than have money involved in the stock market, just put it in a retirement account, or a Roth IRA is after tax money. So
Okay.
that's a different thing. But
Okay.
have some exposure in the stock market. And my belief is one of two things. I would either buy the S&P 500 and just let it roll, or do like I do, and I buy dividend producing stocks that I believe in. I buy stocks that I don't think people can do without. Like one of them is Waste Management, pays a dividend, and everybody's going to get their trash taken out. So I invest in that. And then I just leave it alone. And then I go about my business. So I have that one little thing that's growing. And then you're investing in the Social Security through your paycheck. So you're going to have that later. That's another little bucket. And then we're going to have our small business that we invest in. And that's a very lucrative equity investment. And then, like you're saying, I want to trade in some commodities like crypto.
Right. Yeah.
And that's okay as long as it's a small enough portion that either it wins or it loses.
Right.
And
Right.
that's
why I was like, I'm not putting in more than what this amount is. And if I gain more, that's a huge positive. If I break even, that's great. But I went into it knowing there's a possibility I'll have. I guess I look at that as that's my form of gambling per se, because I don't gamble. I'm not good at it.
Absolutely. And then you mentioned buying artwork. And
yes,
I
want to get a
love that
beautiful piece of artwork for back there.
I love that. I put that in the same category as gold and silver.
Yes, yes, because you have an actual thing. to have.
Well, you're
So yeah,
buying
that's
gold and silver. You bought a piece of artwork.
Mhm.
What the only thing that I would put before those things is an investment. Like before the
Yes.
show, I was telling you about
Mhm.
this house that I'm
Yeah.
paying $20,000 for, and
I'm
there's
so proud of you
$20,000
too.
in rehab.
Yeah.
So if you guys say, "Hey, look, I want to buy a fourth of that and put $10,000 in that investment into a capital company where you and 3 other people are learning how to do real estate," and then that's another bucket. So gold, silver, art, crypto,
Mhm.
real estate, IRAs, retirement accounts, your small business investment, the investment that you make in yourself,
Mhm.
educating yourself so you make more money. We want to have several different, baskets that are
Yes.
all growing in our
Yes.
garden.
And people, don't even be hard on yourself. Be like, I can barely scrape money together. It's the holidays. Like, I couldn't do anything. Don't be down. You took, just like how Mark said, $25. Think of it as like you're not going to go eat fast food for a night. Like whatever you would take to go eat fast food, and just put that in there. And that is a beginning that can lead you to so much more. And when you start building money from that, keep your original amount in there to continue to let it grow, but take out the things that you've made positively and don't spend that money. Go put it into something else to allow that to grow and stuff. It's an
Even
amazing thing when
if
you get used to it.
even if you can do zero,
Right.
get together with a group of people and make pretend trades.
Mhm.
Nicole and I get together and we say, "Oh, let's pretend we have $100. What are you going to invest it in?" "Oh, I'm going to
Right.
invest it in Tesla." "Oh, I'm going to invest mine in Amazon," and then start checking it. And
Right.
you're not spending anything. It's free,
Mhm.
and you're
But you're
learning.
learning.
That is the huge
That,
thing.
yeah. And that's exactly it. It's just, I feel like it is set up that way. Our educational system is to not inform us the right way, to keep us uneducated, to keep us not questioning things. And it makes me sad to see people who are really down on themselves and like, I can't do this. I'm going to be poor my whole life. No, you're not. You educate yourself, you read something, you do something. You don't rely, and I hate to say, because I've got kids in school, just with especially the weird things with the school going on, I tell them, you got to get through school. It's mandatory, but educate yourself. Like, don't do their education, actually educate yourself. Like, go seek it, do that, because
Absolutely.
you're going to
Absolutely.
learn
And
way
there's too
more.
much information.
There's
There's
so
artificial
much.
intelligence, there's
Mhm.
YouTube, there's Google.
Yeah.
There's too much ability for you to actually educate yourself
And you don't have to,
every day.
I will say, if you go and you do, because I've done it numerous times for cannabis, where I will pay to go to a huge cannabis show and I do all the separate classes. Like, I'm going to all these different forums, like going to experience products. Like, I do that. And yes, you do pay for it, but just know you can do so much other education, like how I was talking earlier in the show, trying to find ways for TikTok shop and stuff, and doing my studies on it and going to these other people's accounts and their websites and stuff. That was all self-taught for free, just going through TikTok. And where a normal typical person would be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Just scrolling on TikTok." If you're on TikTok anyway, educate yourself. Take it. It's 2 seconds and it's free. Like, so you don't have to pay for the education. Or reach
Yep.
out to people, amazing people like Mark, who will just inform you,
But
because
I
he's
mean,
so kind.
we're all about learning.
Yeah, you have to. And as I feel like we are not doing each other a due diligence by not helping each other learn and educate the people around you. That's the
Well,
only way we're going to grow bigger and better and stronger, is to come together as one.
and there's a place for formal education.
Yes, especially if you're specializing in something like
Well, I mean, you're meeting
being a
friends
doctor.
and you're doing different things,
Yeah. Yeah, and it gets you get to do, it exposes you to do different things, like things you probably didn't think that you were into specific sports, things like music, acting, anything else like that. It does give you those opportunities, but I feel like they don't do, unless you take specific classes for things like business.
Holy crap, Nicole.
What? What?
I just logged into my crypto account.
Oh, yeah?
Whoa.
Well, it's been in a bull thing for a few
I don't
weeks.
know if I should. I don't know if I should.
That's why I said it, because like
Should I
it's
cash
been-
this out or should I keep it?
Mhm. It's been in a bull run. Yeah, I'm told. That's why I said
cashed
it's
down.
been-
I cashed down to 2,000. I bought out everything, all my
Mhm.
wins,
Yeah,
all my investment. I took it out, and now
it's been
I'm
doing
up like
very
4,000
well
bucks.
the past few weeks. Like it's been doing really well. So that's why I threw that in there. I know that we were going through a big bear run at that point and stuff. I was like, ugh. But I kept telling myself a minimum of 5 years. It's been 2.5 years, and like it's doing pretty good right now. So where Mark's doubled his money, that it shows. It's proof. You just have to.
I need to cash this out and buy a house.
Right? You're like, woo! Yeah, it's amazing. Like it's been really good. So there you go, sir.
That is crazy.
It's been very good recently. And so, but that being said, there are times just like the stock market, when the stock market crashes or does anything else, it goes down. It's one of those things where you're taking a chance. Always know though, if anybody, stock markets, crypto, the one thing that if I could inform anybody at all is not only do you watch it, look at where it was in the past, even 6 months, a year ago, kind of see where it is now, look and watch where it's at, but buy low, sell high. That's what you do. You just make sure you buy when it's at a lower point. So like that, it has been good for other people putting in for this last bear run, because now that we're in a bull run and we're going back up again and stuff, they're making a lucrative amount of money and stuff. Mine was, it was doing really good and it was very affordable and stuff. And yeah, it's been nice. I'm really excited for you though.
How much are you up?
I'm up a couple $1,000s. I don't know the exact amount and stuff because it's been, I think, like a day and a half since I last saw it, but I did on a cryptocurrency podcast that I follow, that it's just like, she was like, it's up. It's like everything's super good. And I just kind of go with that. I get nervous though, because I don't want it to engulf me. And this is what I've noticed with other people, but also with myself, is that if I psychotically think about it all the time, like I can't do it. So I have to do like out of sight, out of mind, and come back to it. That's kind of what I even got my husband to start doing, is with his retirement, out of sight, out of mind.
You're right.
Stop obsessing over it, like to see kind of where it is. And it's a big surprise when you finally go in. So yeah, I'm up a few $1,000s as well too. So I'm not sad about it.
That's awesome.
It's been good. So, but that's why I said, don't be discouraged. Make sure you know exactly in cryptocurrency, just like what Mark said and stuff, that you know what you're getting into, which try to stay with some of like the biggest ones. That's at least what I try to do and stuff, like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Poly, Decentraland.
I did a video on this,
Mm-hmm.
and I will try to find the podcast that I did, but my strategy on crypto a year ago or 2 years ago
Mm-hmm.
was called Moonbag.
Okay.
And the Moonbag strategy is I picked a number. My number was 100.
Okay.
So I would buy an altcoin for $100, and then when it doubled, I would take my 100 back, and then I would leave the 100
Yep. Mm-hmm.
in there and let it go. because I was free rolling.
Yep. And that's where I actually learned this. And that's why I said it in the beginning of the show for everybody out there. I learned this particular thing. And the reason why I went into crypto and stuff was actually due to Mark in the very beginning. Because he goes, I had $100, you know, I did like put it in certain ones.
So you remember that show?
Yeah. And that's, well, and I think you just told me like in person. It was like a meeting you and I had. It wasn't even one of your shows that you had.
Oh, maybe we were in Vegas.
And so, yeah, I can't even remember. I just remember vividly the actual conversation that we had in learning that. And that's how I took that skill and did the other, like put it in. So that's how I actually put it into the accounts that I did. And then from listening to my cryptocurrency podcast and everything else, they're like a minimum of 5 years, But like, you've got to give it that due diligence time, mainly because of the fact that cryptocurrency is way newer than something like the stock market. They're still, like Mark said, trying to work out their like little quirks and everything else. But it, like, I mean, in all actuality, the reason why I'm up a few $1,000s and why I'm doing halfway decent inside that is because of that man right there, Mark.
That is so fun.
Yeah, it's literally like I owe that to Mark. Like, and it's just from listening and learning. And I wouldn't have known prior. I wouldn't have understood it without A, asking questions, and B, following people who have the same goals and thought in mind that I do. And that's an amazing person right there. Is genuinely, it's Mark.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, but again, like you said,
but now I got to get into the housing market because of Mark.
Maybe, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's literally been which I'll talk to you more about that, like behind scenes and stuff, but lands, houses, and storage. I really want to store.
Yes.
Like genuinely, psychotically, I lose sleep and get anxiety about it because I'm like, I want a storage unit. I want, like, that's huge. Like the land that it's on, all the units, you're making something from all that, whether it is separate storage, whether it is parking campers. We paid up until our camper got totaled. I'm a little bummed by that. We're getting a new one, but we were paying and we got a huge deal in discount, $1,200 a year, just us, on camping, or from storing our camper, just parking it in a place because we had a 33-foot camper. It didn't fit in our front yard. So storing it actually at Bandimere, and there are not even hundreds, like, I mean, at least probably 1,000, if not more, people that store their campers up there, not during the race season. And during the race season, you have to take it out during certain times. And we ourselves, and I got a deal, dropped $1,200 a year on that. That's huge.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, and I psychotically think about it. That is one of my huge goals. Of course, a house, get all that.
Well, I have a storage facility that I'm negotiating on.
Really? That's huge, Mark. You have like
$75,000.
Stop.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. I also have 2 plots of land that I'm working on that I can get for $500 each.
How much?
I think they're like an acre each, something like that.
Oh, that is nothing. And that's what people don't understand. You want that. That stuff appreciates in value. Your car, that watch, those clothes.
Look at this. Look at this
house.
That is
not going to appreciate. That's cool. Oh my God. It really is $30,000.
Well, it's not, because I offered.
You got it for 20.
I offered 20 and got it.
I don't even know what to say.
It needs some work.
It does need some work, and you'll get the work done. And Mark does phenomenal work, by the way. He's got a great team of people. He redoes these homes. He does before and after pictures. It's amazing. And that looks like somebody who got murdered down there. But the rest of it, the backyard.
You need a murder hole.
You do need a murder hole. Who doesn't need a murder hole?
Right?
But But the rest of it, the lands, the backyard, that's tons of stuff. That's amazing, Mark. That right
Mhm.
there is absolutely amazing. How far away is that from your house?
This is probably 2 hours away from me.
Okay. That's
But
still beyond doable.
if you look on the map,
Mhm.
the big
Oh,
thing
wow.
here is Stillwater, where the university is, and Tulsa.
Uh-huh.
They're all near each other.
Right.
And people are looking for affordability.
Not only affordability, but Mark also lives in a place where there are 2 major colleges within 35 minutes of each other.
Right?
Yeah, and then UCO and OU, rival colleges, and that is an insane amount of college kids that, and when you really think about it and stuff, it's 9 times out of 10, it's the parents paying for that child's rent when they were,
Right?
at least I know we did.
Well, look at this. Look at
yeah.
this house. This house is $130,000.
And that's actually kind of a cool house.
That's very cool. But
I like the
thing,
upstairs balcony.
the thing
How
that
they
you're
got
going to be
that. That's
interested in
amazing.
is this thing right here. Let me look. All right, there's that house we were looking at.
Yeah.
This is the mini storage unit that's for sale.
Oh my God. That is so that White House or that first house that you bought. The one with
Right.
the murder hole.
Right here.
Yeah. I think, and all those, you think of every single one of those, it's insane. So that's one of the things too that I personally find it to be like, I get everybody needs some more storage that they do it. I've been a person that, like, if we don't use it within a certain amount of time, I get rid of it. But my dad, before, well, when he passed and everything else, he had not one, he had 3 massive storage units. And just the amount he was paying on those 3 storage units for years, what he was paying, the biggest ones that you could get in the area that, like, he was at. And it was, I love my dad. Crap. And he spent an insane amount of money storing crap, like most of it, like in the trash or arc. But I was like, it literally was like, what is he doing with it? Why do you need an old broken coffee pot? Oh wait, there's 12 of them. Like, you love him to death, but he had all that. But that is how people are, and they need places like that to put it in. And when you go to it, don't have enough openings for people because there's so, like, somebody like my dad who has 3 storage units to himself and they need more stuff. And I'm just like, that is such a lucrative thing too. I just don't know why. I love that though, Mark. So that's the one that's for $75,000, that storage unit. And
Yeah.
how many, huh? Oh, to get? And then how does it say in there how many people are currently putting their storage in there at this moment?
I think that it's probably like $2,000.
Okay. $2,000 for like the year?
A month that it makes.
A month? Okay. That's insane.
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
you've got me.
I got your wheels turning because this is because as if I can't lose enough sleep myself. Clearly, I'm like, hey, Mark, let's push some your way. Let's get your wheels tinkering the way mine are. It's something. It's psychotic. It's on my mind all the time on ways to do it and build this stuff, because essentially what I'm trying to do is build generational wealth for my family, but also teach them how to continue building for themselves and their families in ways that we weren't necessarily taught in school on how to do. And anybody can do it. And you can start at a very low price or none at all, like Mark said, where you just do it with your friends and you learn because you're educating each other. I love it. See, Mark? Me and you together. We just
Well, I haven't looked at this cryptocurrency in so long.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's why, and look at he's his wheels are tinkering. It's a thing. No, it's been very, very good lately. So like I said, I listen to my podcast once in a while. I would say like maybe once, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, I'll look at it now. But no, I listen
Well, you
to my
need to tell me
podcast.
next time.
Huh?
You need to tell me next time.
Heck yeah. Well, now that I know that you're just like, you just kind of like look away and ignore it. Like, no, 1,000,000%. Like that's, I've like been looking at, I'm like, it's right now. But the other reason why I do want to inform all the viewers out there, and with what the top people have said within like my podcast and everything else, a lot of what it is because our banking systems right now, the deal with cryptocurrency is you actually are taking out the middleman, which would be the bank. It is pretty much like peer-to-peer transaction without using the bank. And so it goes from one account to the other. You can have that account drop directly into your bank account, but then once again, you're re-adding back in that middleman. But with doing that and everything else, that the reason why it's been so lucrative and doing so good is because, I hate to say it, our banks are shit right now. They are, essentially they're trading in things that they don't have any real commodity to trade in. And like we're in debts, we're doing everything else. So they're shutting down certain banks. They're not allowing certain
And
people
that's
to have
happening.
money. Huh?
And
That's
that's
happened
happening.
to you? Yeah. And then it's like left and right. Like it's been the huge one that made the news. Like that was one of the first ones. I don't think the first one, but the one in Silicon Valley, where all the computer techs and everything else and stuff, like they all,
Right.
yeah, that like their bank completely shut down. They lost all funds. I mean, it was a thing, and it's awful and it's very scary. And a lot of people have lost so much faith within inside the banking system that they're starting to transfer money over to cryptocurrency. And so once again, it's just like in the stock market, the more people interested, the more people that invest, the more money you actually make from it. So when you understand it and you do it, and you don't have to get crazy into it, because I'm enough into it where I understand it, but there are like when it comes to the super hardcore trading and stuff, I don't get all that stuff, but it's just educating myself. But no, it's been kind of a roller coaster ride, and it's kind of a new way of going. So I like it.
Yeah, it's especially if you think about like Venezuela,
Yeah.
Argentina, where their currency crashed.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They're interested in cryptocurrency.
Yep. And it just takes out that middleman. That's all it does. To where you're paying banking fees, you're paying to do all these other things. Don't be scared about cryptocurrency, especially because people are like, well, if you lose it, you can't get it back. It's not FDIC insured and all this other stuff. But it's not having the same issues as what our other stuff's having. And you're not paying that insane amount of fees at all. And when
Right.
people, yeah, like it's, you get feed, like there's a fee for everything. And people are like, well, when you have your money in the bank, you're making back a certain amount of money and stuff, like kickbacks. I'm like, no, because you're paying banking fees. Like, and those kickbacks don't cover all your banking fees. So essentially in the end, you get a discount, I guess, that's kind of how I look at it. I'm like, that it's not doing anything. So I try not to keep tons of money in the bank because it doesn't appreciate.
I can't argue with that. I
Yeah,
can't argue with that. I love that you're interested in learning about all this stuff, and when you're interested in learning about things that aren't really your wheelhouse, that becomes powerful.
Yeah, because it's just, I want to be all encompassing.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
like
you
what?
are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our little half an hour show.
It went to an hour. Yeah, you get me going on marijuana or any of this stuff. Clearly, I don't shut up.
It's all about, growing in business and making money and making a life about things that you really love to do. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the last word.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for all your love. Thank you for your support. Anybody, I've got a crazy amount of packages I'm setting out today. So just know that if you've ordered in the last day and a half, that's all going out. But if you guys need anything, you guys have questions, you guys want specific things, say you guys need stocking stuffers or specialty gifts for the holidays and you don't know exactly what to get your loved ones, I'm telling you, if you know my phone number, go to the website, call that number, send me a PM, email me, whatever. I will absolutely help you 1,000,000% to find the product that is best, that will best suit your particular needs. So don't hesitate to reach out.
And please call either one of us. Our phone
Yes.
numbers are right there,
Mhm.
and email and social
Yep.
media. Leave a message in the social media. If you'd like to come on the show and promote
Yeah.
your business, we're always happy to have guests. And if you want to just ask a question that we'll cover on the show, we'll do
Right.
that as well.
And if somebody's learning a multimedia background and they need something for their portfolio, reach out to us too, because we're trying to find somebody.
Because we need help.
No,
we don't.
More than you'll know.
But we'll teach you. We will teach you
We'll
guys.
teach you.
So if nobody told you that they love you today, I
We
love
love
you.
you.
And she
Mhm.
loves you. And there's
Bye.
nothing you can do about that.
Right.